We could go ahead and bring we're very excited to have a couple of guests here with us today and bring them into the conversation. We've got Kelly Ruff. She's the Director of Student Wellness and Experience at Kentucky State University, and Felton Huggins Jr. He's a Kentucky State head football coach. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you all so much for being here.
Thank you.
We'll start off with a light one, a light question today. We'll go ahead and just ask you the question of the day.
Okay,
are either of you all into Cracker Barrel at all? As much, maybe not as much as our control room is.
I'll let you go first, Kelly.
I am a Cracker Barrel fan because they have vintage candy.
Oh,
so
now you know that's a good point.
Candy that you can't find in other stores.
In the old country store.
Yeah.
No, that's a good point. I forgot about that.
And our kids love it. They do our pregame meal.
Okay.
So,
that's awesome.
They love the pancakes. They love the sausage. They love the eggs. We don't really have nothing left over. We gotta go try to fight for the scraps.
I was going to say, that says a lot, right? When there's no leftovers. Yeah.
Nice. Well, good shout out for Cracker Barrel there.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's start off on the football front, right? There's a couple more games left in the season. We were talking about you all are traveling tomorrow or maybe tonight, right? For Central State University, right?
Yes. They're a rivalry game. Central State, if anybody knows the history between Central State and Kentucky State, is the records out the window, and it's just a throwdown. Good, really, really good game. Last year, I kind of got baptized into it last year. I didn't really know.
You didn't know what you were getting into.
I didn't know what I was getting into, and it was a barn burner. But all the records go out the window, so it's just a hard-fought game. I think it's their Greek night and their senior night.
Okay.
It's going to be a good game. We're kind of playing really well right now.
Yeah, we won 3 of your last 4.
Yeah, 3 of the last 4, trying to go win 5 out of the last 6. So the guys are feeling good, and we're excited to go down there and go get a dub down at their place and kind of bring the edge back to us.
Yeah.
And then quick turnaround, right? So you got that game.
Does that change things for you guys?
Yeah.
You go from Saturday to Saturday to have to come back on a Thursday?
It's real quick. We got to get the kids one day off, and then we got to go right back into it on Monday. Game plan, get it in early, and then kind of get 2 good practices, and then be ready to roll on Thursday.
Okay.
And then Thursday's a big game.
Yes.
Right.
Thursday's a really big game, and also a big game for a good cause. We're going to be, it's called the Tackle for Hunger game. So for us, we're going to do all the proceeds, everybody in Frankfurt gets in for free. Okay. And then all the proceeds, not proceeds to the game, but we encourage everybody to bring in non-perishables, clothing items, things like that. And Mrs. Ruff can definitely give you a more insight on when they turn those into the KSU Bred basket. That helps our kids in low-income, underprivileged areas kind of help feel a need of things that they don't have. And then our program is built off family. Forget about me, I love you. Being understanding in the things that what we do not only on our campus and on our program, but within our community, and hopefully goes in their community, and that stuff transfers into the world. So that's kind of how we like to do things within our program. We like to give back. It's always about giving back.
Yeah. So the program, the food drive and things like that, like the kids are involved, right?
Yes.
It's not just like those people are doing that. We're focused on football. Everybody's getting into it.
They always try to act like that, but yes, they got to give back. I mean, that's what we build a program for. We build it off energy. The energy that you put into the world, you get back tenfold. So for us, we like to go out. We like to go out and do things for people. We go out and read to the community, read to schools. We just came back from W.E.B. Du Bois to reading and doing a little program with them as well. So we're big on giving back because we understand we got to get that love back, and that helps, put good energy into the world.
And Kelly, that must help from a student wellness perspective, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. We are invested in the holistic wellness of our students, and so we understand that food insecurity is an issue, and we want to make sure that our students have their needs met so that they can thrive as scholars. So if you're hungry, it's hard to study. If you're housing insecure, it's hard to know where you're going to rest your head. So we want to make sure that we can serve all of their needs. They're not just a body in a classroom. They're not just a number. They're whole people that we're building and pouring into. And part of that family atmosphere is it's not okay for me to have and you not to have.
Exactly.
So we want to make sure that everyone has their needs met.
Yeah.
I think that's such a great way to live, really. Great way, and for these kids too at that age too to have that experience. I think that's Now, so is there? is there anywhere else folks, so they can bring it on the game day is what we're encouraging, right? Can they bring them ahead of time, or is there?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So we like to centralize our access resources. So we're right there in the Student Center. You can bring tangible donations. We'll also be sharing some information about a QR code because we have an Amazon wish list. People make the assumption that college students want ramen noodles. They want more than that.
Even though ramen are good.
Yeah, right.
They do make a tasty combo out of them, but we also want to make sure that our students who are from other ethnicities have access to food that we may not have in our cafeteria on a regular basis. Our students with allergies and food sensitivities, that they have access. Things like shelf-stable milk, are things that are high need. We also have a fridge now, so we can take some perishable items. We can get some produce and those kind of things, so that our students have a variety of food. Some of our kids have really difficult schedules, and so if they miss the cafeteria hours, then they have to be able to have a meal and be able to prepare a meal. And so being able to have a stocked pantry is one of those things that really helps with that.
Yes.
But for game day, we want to encourage folks to bring the non-perishable
Absolutely,
food items,
yes.
right? Because there won't be sort of access to the cooler. But if they're bringing it during the week, totally fine.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
So on game day, non-perishable foods. What other types of things would be helpful for you guys to have besides
Feminine
that?
products,
Okay.
personal care items, shampoo, body wash, razors, soap, all those kind of things are useful to our students. Things that they have to buy out of pocket are things that they need. And as we prepare them for the future, some things, we get to have those conversations about personal hygiene, what the expectations for those things are. We realize that some of our kids didn't grow up in homes where they had access to those things, so we want to make those things readily accessible. Feminine products are expensive, especially the good ones, and so making sure that that's not a barrier for our students, that they can come and get those products and have access to them.
Yeah, I mean, it's so important. You talk about going to college as a place to learn in the classroom, but there's so much else, right?
Absolutely.
It's about that transition from childhood to adulthood. So that's great.
And those
that you guys are
lessons
doing
aren't lessons that just end when you finish school. Like
Sure.
it's an ongoing process. And so not only learning to be resourceful and get those things for yourself, but also what it looks like to support a community and to be able to say, hey, you don't have, I have, or I know where you can get these things. And so we are intentional about connecting them to resources so that they can be self-sustaining as well.
So obviously we have this event here Thursday, but like you said, you guys welcome donations anytime.
Absolutely,
right?
we do.
And then if there are other ways, what are some other ways that people can help either raise awareness or just to help support you guys through the year?
We have a professional clothing closet as well.
Oh, okay.
So as we support our students going out on interviews and re-engaging the professional world, a nice business suit costs money. Ties cost money. And so we have opportunities to be able to donate business clothes so that they can have those things as they go into the workforce. And so that's another way. I don't think that people always think about that we have young adults who don't know how to tie ties. And
I realized that yesterday. We had a career fair yesterday, and a lot of our kids came to me, Coach, you can help me tie a tie, or I don't have a suit, and so we bring them there and we let them have it. But to have access to those items is profound.
And I think it's one of those things too that maybe people don't. You mentioned things that people don't think about is that they might think about, well, let's secure the interview, and then the other intangibles like, oh well, you do. Yeah, you have to kind of look nice when you go to the interview, look professional, and you also mentioned there was a toy drive. Is that right? Okay.
Yeah, so my offensive coordinator and offensive line coach John Cody, he's been doing this toy drive at every school he's been to, and he brought it to K-State last year when he came on board with me, and it's a really big deal. He tasked all the O-line. We did it with the offensive line and a couple of guys last year, where they go up and raise a little money, and just anything you have, they grab toys. And we donate as a staff as well, and we give them to low-income families in the community that need it. So we want to try to make it a little bit bigger deal this year, and try to get a few more toys to try to help a few more families, and anything helps. Sure. And a lot of people go in Christmas that don't have access to, and to be able to give that access and to put a smile on the kid's face, that goes. That just means the world to them. And so, again, our program is built off that family and just making sure we help the community, help as much as we can, because we are a part of the community.
Where should folks bring those toys?
So they can contact Coach John Cody at john.cody@kysu.edu.
Okay.
And he'll have times we're mostly up there all the time, and he'll have set times where you can come and drop off those toy items.
Okay.
And then we'll select. We work with a couple of schools in the community that we have, and we'll set those families up, and then hopefully give them a really, really great Christmas.
Okay, and maybe
awesome.
people can look at and reach out to the Kentucky State Athletics Facebook
Yes.
page, and I'm sure that somebody there who's
Yes.
running that page will be able to help connect. And
They can email me or John Cody, and we'll be
Okay,
able to
cool.
get them access to what they need.
That's awesome.
Awesome. Well, I don't want to congratulate you on the end of the year because it's not done yet, but
Yes.
you know, best of luck to the
Thank you,
rest of the year,
thank
and hope so. Free for Frankfurt.
Free
folks.
for everyone, actually. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I missaid that.
Okay.
It's free for everyone. So
Okay.
free admission.
So
Really
come
good
on
game.
out on Thursday night.
Bring
Thursday
your kids
night.
out.
Yeah.
That's
definitely.
amazing, and see that Kentucky State University marching band too.
Yes.
Oh,
That's
it's
part of the
incredible.
experience.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. And kickoff is
7 o'clock.
7 p.m. Okay,
Yes, sir.
fantastic.
Nice.
Kelly, Felton, thank you all so much for
Thank you.
hanging
Thank you
out
for
with
having
us
us.
this
Thank you
Yeah,
for
morning.
having us.
absolutely. Anytime.
Really appreciate it.
Good luck tomorrow up in Ohio,
Thank you.
and
Hope it's not too cold. Us Louisiana boys.
I know, right? I talk about 4 seasons, but I just barely. So, and then
below 60 hurts me.
right, and then I hope we get a big turnout on Thursday. We'll talk about it some more next week.
Yeah,
just reminding
absolutely, for
folks
sure.
about it and get folks out there on Thursday
Thank you.
with their
Thank you.
some food items and get out and support the thoroughbreds.
Awesome.
All right, guys.